So Kobie, first NFL game under your belt. Just how'd you feel week one against the Seahawks win? What'd you take away from your performance?
Yeah, it felt really good. It definitely, that first drive, my legs were a little heavy. Typical first game back out there and being a rookie, but I really got to settle in and just being out there, having guys like Ernest Jones leading us out there, and obviously playing next to AD gave me a tremendous amount of confidence. And then just along with the game plan that we put in and being able to work and prepare the whole week, I was really excited to get out there and glad we put out the way that we did.
Obviously, you got reps in joint practices and preseason games, but what was the adjustment or transition, if any, going from that to obviously regular season action and those live reps?
Yeah, in some of those joint practices, you definitely don't have the stadium, bumping like it was over there. So that was a little bit different. And then my biggest thing, and that I've been kind of understanding these past, couple weeks or whatever, has been you really have to earn the right to go rush the passer. And so, a lot of those joint practices maybe we'll have like a second, get back on track, second and long, third and long period. But, in an actual game, you have to go and earn that right. And so you really got to play the run really, really well. And then by that time, you might be a little gassed on that third down, but you still got to go out there and, get a big win to get the defense off the field. So that's one of the main differences for sure.
What else did you learn from your first regular season game that you'll take with you as you prepare for week two against the 49ers?
Yeah, kind of just taking the highs and the lows. Like there's a couple of plays that I would have wanted back, or plays that I could have done some different things. But Coach McVay talks about it all the time, having that mental toughness to be able to move on to that next snap. And even the snap where I got a sack, like I didn't think I had the best technique. I would go back and change that if I could, but the result was good. But it's ultimately about going back, watching over the film and figuring out how I can change that process so that my process will lead me to the right result. So I think it was a lot to learn from. It was a good experience, good first time getting out there, and just continuing to refine my process. Now I have an understanding of what an NFL game is like, and getting ready to bring it on Sunday.
And speaking of Sunday, just what are your? I know you guys are still early in your preparation for the 49ers, but what are your initial impressions of them based on what you've seen and studied to this point?
Yeah, they're a really good team. Of course, they picked up a big win over Pittsburgh last week, but they're one of those teams where they're going to make you stop the run. And kind of like what I was just saying, if you don't stop the run, you're never going to earn that right to pass. And so we really have to, our game plan is getting ready to stop the run and helping out with that. So we got to do a really good job of stopping the run. And then once we earn the ability to go rush the passer, that's when we can go and get after it. So it all starts up front. It all starts with, setting that line of scrimmage and owning the run game. And then, we'll earn those opportunities to have your name get called a little bit.
Oh, as soon as I ringed everybody on the FaceTime, everybody started screaming. My siblings were out here for my niece's birthday in California, so they said they were wearing their jerseys at the little adventure park they went to, and everybody just kept coming up after the game. So it was a huge blessing, and just filled with joy and excitement.
How many people on that call?
My 6 siblings and my mom, so we had all of us. It was fun. All my nephews and nieces, everybody saying Uncle Puka, whichever ones of them that can talk. So it's always that. Those are my favorite ones too.
Yeah.
Not a bad way to start your career. What a huge game for you. What was the biggest lesson that you learned after week one?
Got to keep your head on a swivel. We had a run play where I was wrapping around on the defense, and one of the D linemen got through, and I didn't see him. So I thought for the most part I had my head on a swivel for the game, but he caught me off guard and put me right on my butt. So that's the one I remember, that one specifically. So I always got to make sure I'm aware of everybody, whether it's a D lineman, safety, or linebacker. Everybody has a chance to hit you.
And just between you and Tutu being able to step up without Cooper Kupp, what can you say in regards to how you guys are able to build that connection with Stafford?
It's oddly enough that it goes back to Cooper Kupp, the legend, being able to be in the room and communicate with us and help us to understand, because the thousands of reps that he's got with Matthew, he could probably tell us how to run these routes with his eyes closed, and he'd be like, "Hey, Matthew's expecting you to be here." So trying to get that from him, and then also just the repetition that we get in practice as well.
Thank you so much.
Of course.
Early in the planning process, but this Niner defense is intense. They're big, they're strong, they're physical. What do you see?
I would say all those things you mentioned, but I also think I see all those things in our offense as well. So,
What's the challenge for that this week?
just consistency and execution of the consistency of in the pass play, picking up kind of where we left off from last week, and then the urgency in the run game to be there and to fit up and to be prepared for the physical team we're about to play.